Stepdad stole my identity and then spit on me. I only had a reason to check my credit score a couple of months ago, other than when I got a credit card in 2021. At that time, I had a 745. When I went to purchase my first car on my own in April, the dealership told me my credit score was 541. I had no idea why, since I barely used my credit card and always paid it off in full every month on time. I put off buying the car while I looked into my credit and was mortified when I saw 2 other credit cards on my report, which were nearly maxed out with probably 15 late payments between them. When I asked my mom and stepdad about it, my stepdad said he opened the cards when I went to college because I stopped paying rent at the house. When I lived there in my 2 years at CC, I paid them $500 month rent. I stopped paying when I moved out. We argued about it, and he said I owed it to him for the years I didn't pay rent, literally talking about 12th grade, and to drop it. When I told him he couldn't do that without my permission, he said he didn't need permission and spit in my face, like a full-on spit on my face. I left crying, and my mom called to apologize. We talked a little bit, and she told me he had something similar happen to him in the past. Obviously, that's no excuse, and I told her I'd have to go to the police about the accounts. She said to slow down and consider whether I wanted to do that. I hung up the phone. I wish I'd known about the accounts sooner. I will still call the police, but is there any other way of handling this? Update: I made the police report for both identity theft and spitting. They said it was 2 separate incidents, the identity theft a felony and the spitting a misdemeanor. About a week afterward, my dad came storming into my workplace. He's always had anger issues, but this is a new low for him. He starts screaming at me for calling the police, and a security guard comes in and tells him to leave. The security guard meant well, but she's probably 23 years old and small. And my dad is 6'2" and has been in plenty of fights. My manager told me to go in the back, and he followed me back there. I locked myself in the bathroom, and he just kept banging on the door for probably 3-4 minutes, screaming at me. I called my mom, and she tried calling him. Eventually, a police officer gets there and goes to handcuff my dad. He fights him, and 2 other officers pile on him. He's arrested on aggravated battery and aggravated resisting charges. He was released from jail the next day. No idea why, but the county decided not to prosecute him. I spoke with an officer a couple days later about a possible order of protection. I was told the county usually doesn't prosecute people fighting cops unless an officer gets injured so severely they might have to medically retire. What reminded me about this post was that I checked my credit yesterday, and one of the accounts has come off. I'm still waiting for the other one, but I think it's just a matter of time. My dad hasn't said a word to me since, and my mom refuses to talk about it. The nice thing is that the rest of my family is completely on my side with this. My credit should recover soon, but I think my relationship with my dad is over. I'm okay with that. He's a toxic person, and I'm just hoping nothing else happens.